bud, any herb, any weed, anything to drink. I'm not a big drinker, but get a glass of rosé of this or something of that, because one of the things that I am really lucky to have been able to do over the last 6 months, especially, is make a lot of new friends because of this platform and Clubhouse and, my charm. So oh, wow, I didn't do any hashtags tonight. That was probably not going to be helpful. Let's see. And we'll try that, see if it's too late. But does it really matter? We're hanging out with my pal Alex. So here's the deal. I've met a lot of great people, but there are some great people that I already know, that are already in my life, that are absolutely amazing. And I'm very excited. Hi, charming Rev. That John, I think that's you, John. I actually can't see. I've taken the lenses out of my glasses because I'm frustrated with reflections. All right, listen. I need you to go to scoochcase.com. I think it says it right here on the back. Scoochcase.com, maybe? I think it does. Oh, wrong way. Go to scoochcase.com. Buy their case. Now, here's why I want you to buy their case, because it's a good case. I wouldn't want you to buy their case if it wasn't a good case. But if you buy their case, then they'll know, maybe, that you bought it because of me. And a Scooch case, its great little feature is it's got this little wing man, maybe wing person feature would be better. You can balance on it. You can just snap it and make noise. It's a lot of fun. That's the wingman feature. Buy that and make me a very proud representative of the Scooch Case Company out of Carmel, Indiana. All right, as I said, if you've got any lubrication, it is Friday night, and it's get lubricated and have some fun. Holy cow, I could use a wingman. There you go, right? Oh, me too. Yes. All right, everybody. This is my friend who I knew before I knew all of you, Alex Sims.
Hey, Rev. Thanks for having me.
Hey, great to see you.
Good to see you, too.
I have not seen you too much. COVID just kind of you started with us at Become before COVID, right?
No, it was like during COVID.
Was it during COVID?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I can't remember because it's just been one giant blur. COVID has, especially for those of us, I guess, that were fortunate enough to stay locked inside for months at a time. It's definitely a blur. The fun of this program is getting to meet new people and experience new things. And wow, I got to get a bigger, hold on. Got to get a bigger screen so I can read these comments.
Uh-oh.
Here we go. Oh, it just says greetings from somebody.
From Giga. It's Giga. W.
Okay. Well, there you go. I'm going to help us moderate. Looks okay. So anyway, Alex Sims, tell me about whatever.
Whatever?
Yeah, whatever, like what do you want to tell people? Like, are you on these kind of programs a lot, and so you're just like, whatever.
No, not at all. Yeah, so I can tell you about my research.
Yeah, that'd be great. I would love to know about your research. I think that would be one of the big reasons I have you on here.
Okay. Yeah, so I'm looking at the relationship between remote work and burnout, inability to detach from work, work-family conflict, and I'm wondering, are people with disabilities being properly supported? Because you think about like how sometimes more introverted people don't get they don't get their needs met when they're in the office. So they're wondering, like, where they're completely isolated, are they still connecting? Are they still feeling supported? So yeah, I'm looking at remote work, and I promise I thought about this before the pandemic, but now it seems like everybody's writing about this. So yeah, it's been interesting.
What is did it change after the pandemic? Your research, did it affect what you were going to look at?
Yeah, I think just because I don't know, I've been wondering if I still have something to contribute to the conversation because it just this topic kind of blew up. Like everybody wants to know about remote work because yeah, nobody really. There's this big debate about should we go back to the office and are people
Should
still
we? Should we go back to the office?
I think that you should go back to the office if it works for you. Like I know that
Hmm.
more extroverted people, they like that sense of community, so they're more
I'm
productive.
pretty well. I'm introverted, really. My extroverted is just a show. It's a character, but that's with me all the time. Go away. Sorry. But I could. I mean, I haven't been in an office for so long prior to COVID. But I do miss, the interaction of people. I miss, the feeling of the crowd as you step up to the plate. Well, or just saying hi to Bob or Jamal in the office.
Yeah, like
I
the
do
water
miss that.
cooler talk.
I think people do miss that.
Yeah. Yeah. Like that's a big thing that people are missing, like that water cooler talk, because like emails are just so intentional. So you don't really
Hmm.
ask about like how's your family and all those other little random things. Everything's so professional now. So people that's what they miss the most.
Well, they got rid of the water cooler with those water bottles everybody carries. So I guess you go fill up there once in a while.
Yeah, go
But
fill.
the let's see. If you feel drained after being with people, you're an introvert. And if you feel energized, you're an extrovert. Well, yeah,
Mhm.
maybe. I mean, but like, my brother, he he'll smoke a indica and it'll perk him up and he'll smoke a sativa and it'll bring him down. So I don't think it's just that black and white with introverted and extroverted. I definitely would rather crawl in the corner and just be a little ball and never be bothered. But if you're going to bother me, hey, you know, my defense mechanism is to carry the room, to be the most popular guy there because at least then I can control what's going on, So, yeah, I'm still pretty introverted. And I can't see your name. Is that
That's Giga. Or
Giga? There we
yeah,
go. Giga.
yeah.
So you think some people need to stay home? Some people should. So what do we do with roles in the office if you're going to stay and work from home? That might eliminate certain jobs, certain positions you could have because what if you need to be like the person rallying the troops in person for the sales meeting or the big I don't know, head count meeting or something. It's kind of hard to do from a TV screen.
No. We've seen that people they learn to adapt. Like especially with COVID, we didn't have many options, so they still got it done. So it's definitely we learned it's definitely possible to do pretty much most things, unless you're an essential worker. It's possible to do most things from home. So yeah.
Well, that's true. You can do, I think, a lot of well, let's put it this way: between computers and robotics. I mean, look, oh my God, the computers, within 50 years are going to have 80% of the jobs. We know that. But
Mhm.
so there really shouldn't be anybody at the grocery store bagging any shit up or pushing any buttons and putting any money in because those folks should be in jobs and trained for something, that doesn't require any, manual labor that computers and machines can do, because everybody needs their economic status lifted. We shouldn't have cashiers. Everybody should be mini tycoons, I don't know, worth a couple $100,000 or whatever, and
Yeah,
create a
yeah,
life like that.
yeah. I think people should take the time to learn like what it is they really love and do those things. But we all don't have that privilege. Don't have
Well,
that.
I know we all don't have that
Yeah.
privilege, but what I'm saying is we need to take them computers and democratize this shit, and give everybody a house, and pay the heat, give them food,
Yeah.
pay all the utilities, give them a generous cell phone, deal, and then if you were a cashier, then let's put you into college if that's where you want to go, or maybe you just want to sit home and be a mom or a dad. Fine. You don't get to go to Vegas because you just get your meals and your house and your insurance covered, but that's cool. But I mean, I just how do we bring equity and democratization to civilization if we're all working from home and not hanging out with anybody?
Ooh. Yeah. Yeah. It's such a good question. Yeah, but I think that like the crazy thing about tech is like we're able to connect. Like I'm able to connect with you right now over through a podcast, and we're not in the same spot, but we're still connecting. So yeah, it's possible.
Yeah, it is possible. I think I think there are so many good things that have come from the uh, the pandemic in terms of what it's done, for the environment. I think it's also, um, what is his name? The new surgeon, not the Surgeon General, the doctor, the general doctor of the U.S., whatever his name is, Surgeon General. I think
Sure,
that's
yeah.
it. Ashish Jha, I believe is his name, Dr. Ashish Jha. And what Dr. Jha says is that one of the one of the good things that's come from COVID is the idea of mental health. What are
Yeah.
we going to do um, with mental health? Because we've seen, such a crisis that it has become. I just saw a statistic yesterday: 33% of a 33% rise in um, overdoses for people in Indiana, like 27% in Illinois, and 27% in Wisconsin. So it's um it's a big deal, and mental health has been a big issue, and I think that's got to get incorporated in this thinking of working from home and everything.
Yeah, definitely mental health and addiction, and yeah, 'cause when you're isolated, you're um I don't want to say this, but I think that like if I were isolated, I would probably no, I'm not gonna say that. But I just think the people who have addiction problems, they could like it's just easier to hide them when you're isolated. you know?
Yeah, the what has been the effect of isolation on in the research that you've been doing over this period of time? Is there um are they going to have to come up with, like, what we're probably going to need is uh like a come to you, like, and work out with you kind of robot now. If you're going to be at home, you're going to
Yeah,
need like a gym bot. Hey, Mr.
yeah.
McKinnis, get off your keister, and do some exercise in between Zoom meetings.
Oh yeah, absolutely. So that's really what been my whole life right now is like with my isolation is just getting out and exercise, and then it's like gyms are with people. So yeah,
Hmm.
that's a good solution.
So you personally have been at the gym a lot since they reopened.
Yes, yeah.
What are the people in the gyms like? Are they just like kind of just all they always were, just zoned in on their work? Or are they like looking at people going, oh, wow, another human being?
I think it's it's been mixed. In some gyms, like they're very, very spread out and it's like wipe down everything. And then some are like much more relaxed and they're like, oh, can we hug again? So yeah, it just kind of depends on the environment. I don't like hugs ever. So like I'm much more of the I'm going to wipe down things a million times and like keep to myself still. But
You don't
yeah,
need to be hugged anywhere,
yeah, I don't
especially
need
the
to.
gym,
Yeah,
by somebody that, yeah, you barely know and is all sweaty.
absolutely.
Um, what do you think the what do you think that what do you think the odds are? So here's what I heard too.
Mhm.
I'm 55, and so I don't know. I'm some generation, but I heard that the banks and stuff were having to call back their employees. This was fairly early on, maybe halfway through the pandemic,
Mhm.
at least in 2020. They were having to call back their employees like between like 28 to like 40, 35,
Mhm.
because like they weren't working on Fridays or Mondays. They were
Yeah.
pretty much starting to party on Friday and finishing on Monday and not really showing up for work on those days too well. So, um, what are we going to have to do? Like, you know, that, that's
Yeah,
going to be
no,
a
I
problem.
understand. No, I think so the thing was they were saying if you live in New York, then you went to Hawaii during COVID, like it's not fair
Hmm.
that you get paid like those New York big city rates. And I was just thinking to myself, like, if you guys really care about pay equity that much, you should address pay equity for everybody, like people who've been proportionally paid this entire time, like women and people and
Hmm.
minorities and all those things. Like I can't pick and choose what's important. And like, yeah, so that was
Well,
really
we
frustrating.
tried to shoot the richest man on the planet off the planet,
And he
you
came
know?
back.
I know. Dude came back like, what WTF? Like, I thought Alon was next. Um, But no, he came back and he still can't pay everybody 15 fucking bucks an hour or, give them a decent full-time job, but he can shoot his rocket. That rocket was
Crazy. It
wow.
was shaped like a penis. Did you
Yeah, like rockets are phallic, but I mean that one creeped me out like it was very specific like his ex-wife would be, yep. That's what it looks like.
he brought that guy with him? Did you see that? I was like, who's this guy that he brought with him? Like that was just also interesting.
Yeah, I mean, a rocket's a rocket. It's going to look that way, but it looked a little too real. The um, well, tell me about, because this doesn't have to. Sorry, I have like bad sinus issue here
No.
today. Tell me about just what it is you like about living in Chicago and what's happening in Chicago right now. Like,
What?
yeah, let's
That's
go
so
off.
random.
Huh?
That's like the most random question. What do I like
It is
about
just a random question because we're both in Chicago. Like, this would have been fun if we would have done this interview like in person. You
Yeah,
know, that would have been really fun.
Chicago's awesome. There's everything in Chicago. I love all four seasons, all the shopping, the food. I hate this answer that I'm giving you right now. It's so basic. But yeah, like
No, I just wanted to diverge a little bit. Like, are you? I guess what I'm looking for, since we're talking about mental health, is are you individually? Are you able to like enjoy stuff now that somebody asked this question too
yeah.
earlier today? Are you kind of enable? Have you been able to enjoy life a little more now that things have relaxed, like in Illinois, with, people are basically everything's open. We've been open for what, 2 months now, maybe?
Yeah, yeah. I think yeah, I've been getting out. I'm not even gonna lie. Like I've been getting out. I've been trying some different things. I've been going to the beach a lot.
Mm.
Um, yeah, I've gone to a couple restaurants. Yeah, I've been in the house for a very long time. So when they told me I can go out, I kind of ran out.
Yeah, I think you kind of ran out. Yeah, I mean, I don't run anymore, but I biked 12 miles yesterday, so that was nice. I got down to Oak Street Beach, or I guess when I was doing my little live stream, I call it like, hot body beach or sex beach or whatever. Because Oak Street, that's the one where you got to be like, you know, perfect looking, or you're not even allowed on the beach. So I just have to keep riding past,
Yeah.
go up to North Avenue and still look like a big lump, but at least, there's a lot of other people that look like me, plus all the beautiful people. But
I love North Avenue Beach. That's my favorite beach.
yeah, I mean, it was packed last night. Like, there must have been like a quarter mile of volleyball nets between North Avenue Beach and like Diversity Harbor.
Yeah, yeah. I did a beach cleanup there the other night.
I saw that in your
Yeah,
Instagram.
yeah.
I
I think
definitely
people
saw
need to
that.
stop smoking because there's like I think that's the biggest thing I found there was the cigarette butts. So
Really?
stop
People still
smoking.
smoke on the
They
beach, huh?
still smoke on the beach. I'm like, what is this?
Hmm.
It's you, Rev. You're smoking on the beach.
Oh no, I haven't had a cigarette in a long time, and I'm not going to leave these things, at the beach. They're
No,
too
the
expensive.
cigarilla wood tips, the little plastic little things,
Oh
those were
yeah,
a lot too. I was like, oh my God.
they
Like,
must be
girl,
rolling something
you know they are. Rev.
to smoke that.
Who smokes cigars?
Well, what are we? I'm smoking right now. Oh yeah, what are we? What do we need to do to kind of like the thing that worries me a little bit is this company out there called Better Help. I think
Hmm.
that's it. Better Help. And you can do. I think you can do text therapy, online therapy, phone therapy, and they might take insurance, but I don't know for sure. But anyway, I guess they do have a sliding scale, but I just don't think the solution to our mental health issues is an app. Um, so I'm not sure, especially in black and brown communities where that money is already flown away. I think this is great that Dr. Shah has this idea, but what do we, what's it look like with the folks that that you've been doing research with all that stuff, mental health?
Yeah. So I think I'm thinking more of like work family conflict and just people with disabilities more in mental
Mm,
health. And I think, yeah, with them it's just like finding community in non-traditional ways, like in virtual environments, like because we don't have that traditional connection. You got to be more intentional about like using your lunch breaks to like take a walk or like going to eat out in restaurants or like doing things. You just got to be a little bit more intentional about being around people. But I would say for myself, as far as mental health, like things that I'm doing a lot are like the meditations. I do have a therapist. I work in the fitness, and I completely changed my diet. Um,
mm.
yeah, and yeah, drinking a lot less. And so like, and these are things they tell you your entire life, like eat right, go to bed on time. Like
Right.
it's like nothing's new, but I did see a dramatic difference now. And I like I finally just like I'm just tired of living like this. I'm tired of having anxiety and struggling with depression, and like I could blame it on so many things, but like the truth is just like I wasn't living all that healthy.
Well, I think that's something that, a lot of people need to pay attention to. It's pretty funny because there are those of us that can just, I guess, pay for vegan food,
Mhm.
and if that's somebody's choice for eating more healthy. And then, we've got just entire communities of people, like you said, we've been told our whole lives we know what to do: exercise,
Mhm.
burn more calories than you take in, and exercise, you're gonna you're gonna you're gonna lose weight, and you're gonna be in shape. But by the way, it doesn't matter if you have to be at work at 4 a.m. and on your feet all day, and you only get to eat, maybe if you get out of the operating room, um for an hour or something, and then yeah. So there's just so much that I mean. Somebody was saying today that they don't want it to go back to the way it was. I don't want it to go back to the way it
Me either.
was.
Me either.
But
Me either.
we have to somehow fight, to make it better.
Yeah. Yeah. I've been thinking about that a lot too, because yeah, healthy food is more expensive, you know? Like I think about that all the time. Like, why is salads and all that the stuff that like we actually need so much more expensive than McDonald's and things? And like why are gym memberships so insane and just
Mm.
like in therapy and just all of it. And like even I tried when I was on Medicaid, I tried to get therapy and like you can't find people who look like you know, like or like really know your experience. So it could be a real struggle.
Yeah, I think that just finding that balance. If people are going to work at home, they really do have to kind of create that work life balance that everybody is seeking. I think that is something people are going to have to pay attention to. I just hope that those people that are able to pay attention to that stuff also think about the people that are still having to work out in the real world.
Mm-hmm.
I
Yeah.
mean, I hope they're you know thinking about what we can do to make those situations better. I kind of think that somebody said it there, I think in the comments, but the isolation of COVID isn't necessarily going to change anytime soon, and it's making people not necessarily real empathetic if we're not around other people. And
Mm.
just from your standpoint of the psychology, training and everything that you've done in your education, what are we? What's the average person, supposed to do? I have therapy twice a week. Two different therapists,
Yeah.
and I'm bipolar, so I use two different names. um, that way I can get two things of therapy. But yeah, we've got to get people geared to, like, we got to break the mental health stigma.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. There's so many things that we need to think about. Like we think about when people are at home, they should just be at home. Like all this working at home and like just not ever getting a break and ever getting a release and like setting boundaries and having
There you
space
go.
and like just so many things. And yeah,
I heard that word for
well,
the first
boundaries.
time, boundaries, a while back.
Yeah.
Yeah, people have been saying that word to me, but apparently I couldn't hear it. They would just say, like, what you need to do is set, and that would be good. And
Hmm.
and I'm like, wait, what? Set, and that would be good. What do you mean? Then they were saying set boundaries, and that would be good. I'm like, oh, boundaries. Yeah,
That's
people
easier
need to.
said than done, you know, because if you like you they don't pay people enough or like companies don't have enough money and so and or they I'll just say they don't pay people
They got
enough.
plenty of money.
They got plenty of money. They don't pay people enough and people try to get done as much as they can and so you like infringe on your boundaries just to like make your life better and make the company's life better, but it's like it's easier said than done, definitely, you know.
Definitely easier said than done for sure. What is the what's like what are you doing these days? Like, are you finishing up with school, or are you working, or what are you working on right now?
Yeah, so finishing up with the school, hopefully will be done by December.
Well, that'd be
Yeah.
great.
I am running my blog, working with the Sweat Life. We're having a summit next week. And then I'm working with Executive Service Corp and yeah, and I'm trying to start like my own little small business. So yeah, all of those things.
Oh, that'd be nice. Lots of hopefully opportunities during the COVID for people, to do things. I mean, there are definitely, I think, some people that benefited pretty well
Yeah.
um, from COVID. No doubt about that. And what do you think? What do back to that thing that you're working on? Do you think that if things seem like they're going the wrong direction, but um, do you think we'll see like I don't know, like 80% of people go back, but we'll have this new 20% of people that are working from home?
Oh, so the thing that's been really popular right now is they're saying like people are doing like a great migration type thing where they're thinking about just completely starting over and to doing things that bring them joy more. So I think about my own self. Like I learned how to do so many new things during COVID.
Hmm.
That it really made me think about what it is that I really want to do in my life. Like I've always had like this strict plan, and now I'm realizing I really want to be much more creative and flexible with things. Um, yeah, now I really want to work in environments where I can set those boundaries and not feel uncomfortable around it and not like damage my mental health for a job. So yeah, those things. I think a lot of people are thinking like that. Like how if I have to go back to an office that will not allow me to work from home, I'm going to find one that will. And yeah, people are want to be happy. Like life is short, So I think that we're all just at this point, like we just saw 600,000 people die, and we're like, it's not worth it.
Yeah, I is that it's it's actually been a while since I have not turned on, for example, CNN once. No, take that back now because the Bezos and his flying package, the delivery service,
Yeah.
the that was the first time I'd watched CNN in since Biden was sworn in. I mean, Biden was sworn in, and that was it. I turned off CNN, did not watch it again until then. And I think, oh crap, what was I talking about before that? What were you just saying? The
Oh, so we're just talking about like people are not wanting to go people want to enjoy their lives, or you're saying that you watched CNN. You saw last time you watched it,
oh yeah, I
Bezos.
have no idea then what I was saying.
Oh, I'm sorry, I don't know.
I'll have to look at the tape and try to figure it out. But yeah, I think the issues around COVID and back to work and all those things that you've been working on really exposed us to that rotten underbelly of all of these folks who are in a place where they can't do that, and where they are suffering, I think, with mental health issues and stuff. What kind of is, again, somebody that's mental health has even been an issue for you? What do you think? I have, like, what do we do about the stigma just as a person? What do we do about the, changing the way people think about mental health?
Oh yeah, yeah. So my idea about it is like treat it like it's a disability, and also like I'm much more like I don't have an embarrassment around it anymore. It's like
Hmm.
one, there's everybody has some kind of anxiety and depression. Like it's just so popular and common now that one is just. I think that having that embarrassment about it, like compounds the stress around it. Like you're constantly trying to like cover it up. So one, yeah, just being more open about expressing what you're going through, and then because your employer can't help you if they don't know what you're going through. So I'm much more a proponent um being a lot more open about it, because that'll encourage other people to be more open about it.
Very true. Very true. I am. Oh wow! Look at that. We're sitting at half hour. I'm going to play this quick promo here from our friend Liv, and we'll be right back.
Hey, it's Olivia Robinson from Black Dollar. I've been so appreciative of Revolution and his platforms. They've really helped my brand by putting me on a platform in front of other people who I might not have interacted with, and it has helped me to grow my audience. But it's also connecting me with people who have been able to really benefit from what I do, and also I've been able to help them as well. Without Revolution making that connection, I wouldn't have been able to do that. So I'm so grateful for what he does and how consistent he is with reaching out and following up and keeping everyone connected with him. He doesn't just hit you up and you help him out with a show and that's it. He stays connected. He builds that relationship.
Yep, that's my friend Olivia Robinson. Look, we need more Olivia Robinsons. We need more of them on the show, and I need your support if we're going to keep this great thing going.
And I think we're going to do the little musical guest because we're supposed to have a musical guest every show now. And I think I have this promo with Sarah Lightman that I racked up that is all perfect. That is, yeah, thank you. I mean, I guess that is kind of like a commercial, but Olivia Robinson is doing just a fantastic job with her desire to, I mean, she's about promoting Black businesses, but she's also about keeping the dollar in Black communities. So if I go, to the Walgreens, it's, controlled by a corporation that's controlled by white people. And when I use the check processor at Walgreens, it's controlled by white people. And so every transaction, every vendor, every supplier that Walgreens has, every dollar I spent there just stays in the hands of white people, more or less. So if you do help a Black business owner, you go to their drugstore instead of the Walgreens drugstore, as soon as you give them that dollar and that is being processed through the Visa system, that's going to be a white-owned company. The money literally leaves within one transaction in the Black community. And that is 100% what Olivia is working on, to try to help Black and brown communities find ways to keep money there, because it is literally gone after the first transaction. And on average, it stays 6 transactions in a white community, and certainly more than that. So yeah, that's what Olivia is about, and trying to get Olivia out there and be seen is what my goal has been. That's why we have people like Olivia on the show. It's why we have Malik Yusuf or Darren Danjou or any of these folks that are connected out in Hollywood or in music or whatever, so that more people will then see the Olivia Robinsons of the world. So yeah, it's nice to hear what Olivia had to say, and we've connected her with some great people out there. Let's see if this musical guest thing here will work, and we'll be back in just a minute.
Listen, just want you to check out Sarah Lightman. She was on the other night.
So this is Fear. Something I'm feeling, see the room spinning, and I can't remember how to breathe. I don't wanna hurt you, but I'm really aching. These hands won't stop shaking, definitely. Please don't run away. I'm working through my past. Take a chance and stay. Fear is not made to last. She's still there. She's enough for the world. She is strong. She doesn't need anyone. The dark will fade. She will heal. She will find. She'll bypass all of the fear. I stop and start facing these thoughts that are racing, simply created only by me. I start to realize it's time for racing. These demons need chasing so I can be free. Please don't run away. I'm working through my past. Take a chance and stay. Fear is not made to last. She's still there. She's enough for the world. She is strong. She doesn't need anyone. The dark will stay. She will heal. She will fight. She'll fight past all of fear. Through this I learned we all are capable. You can choose to be afraid, or you can face those demons, send them all away. She's still there. She's enough for the world. She is strong. She doesn't need anyone. The dark will die. She will heal. She will fight. Oh, she'll bypass all of the fear.
And there was Sarah Lightman, the Hotel Cafe, July 30th in LA. Hotel Cafe, Sarah Lightman. I put the clickable link right in there. And I am just super excited for her and her first chance, I think, to play out at a big venue, maybe. Chris Angeles has actually got her event tonight, right? It is the 23rd, and then we're going to see Sarah on the 30th. So I would definitely urge all of you to take a look at Chris Angeles and her little show tonight, because it's her birthday and her sister's birthday. So I think that would be a ton, just a total ton of fun. And I just want to thank all of you for stopping by here this evening and having a little chance to talk to my friend Alexandra Sims. Like I said, I get to meet all kinds of interesting people on this journey, but just to have somebody that I really like and a friend here on the program tonight, that was just a fun little thrill. And please join us next week. We've got some of our filmmakers that have won some past film festival contests coming in and speaking with us next week. And we've got a lot of musical things happening and guests and a lot of stuff still behind the scenes. So very much look forward to seeing all of you soon. Appreciate it. Thanks for watching.